Well, shocking, the US has lost the trade war. Yeah, turns out that China, being 5,000 years old, doesn't need the United States of America. As a matter of fact, we've pissed off everybody, so nobody wants to buy our shit, including soybeans. So yeah, the tariffs are like the largest tax increase on Americans in decades. If you haven't figured it out yet, the US importer pays the tariff and passes it on to the consumer. So now we've pissed off China, we've pissed off Canada, so Donald Trump is begging for any kind of deal, and they've moved on. China is buying from Brazil, they're buying from Argentina, and they hit 1 trillion. They hit 1 trillion trade surplus just in 2025. And they're going to be...
What I was saying, folks, this is the end. This is the type of stuff I used to watch when I was little. On TV, movies, right? My man, it's only a matter of time. I mean, what are we talking about here? We talking about America. That's not, I don't know how to explain it. These people cannot sit back and watch somebody else prosper. So it's only going to get worse. It's America. If it ain't white, it ain't right. It's America. You can only buy oil from me. I'm the only one on earth who can have nukes. Nobody else can have nukes.
We cannot contain China. Or let me put it more drastically. China has nuclear weapons, Russia has nuclear weapons, and one of the consequences of the United States' effort to fight China economically and to fight Russia in Ukraine is to bring those two countries closer together than they have ever been. It's too late, and we have too little in the way of means of doing it. We could have this Cold War, this economic war, degenerate into a military war. But then it's over for all of us and, game over. So what's the option? Two things and then I'm done. One, sit down with the Chinese and work out a way to live together on this planet, being careful of the natural environment and being careful of one another. We ought to be able to do that. We have more than enough brains in
This is America, where all its citizens get underpaid, children get kidnapped, people get raped. But that's not America concerned. They rather spend all that money, they rather spend it towards war instead of helping the people. This is America, and you wonder why it's ending. You wonder why some people rather for it to end and start anew somewhere, because the universe is going to...
That we are the Jews, the real Jews, and we are not allowed by our faith to have any state until our Mashiach will come. And until then, we have no state.
אז אנחנו מכריזים היום, אחרי 78 שנות מרידה, שהיום הוקמה המדינה הזאת, שאנחנו מתאבלים, אנחנו צמים, אנחנו הולכים ברחוב.
Humanity needs. These elite, they done played around long enough, So it's time for us to play with them. It's a matter of time, just chill.
Again, the world's terrorists are the United States. Look what we did to Iraq. Look what we did to Libya. Libya, the most successful country in all of Africa. The guy created the eighth wonder of the world with the way how he delivered water and turned deserts into farmland. And everybody had a house and everybody had education and healthcare. And we turned it into a failed state run by terrorists with open slave markets. Who did that? Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton did that. And they'll never have to pay a price for that. Barack Obama, the most they'll do is go, nope, that was a mistake.
Why did they get rid of Gaddafi?
Because he was going to start a currency of Africa that was going to compete with the US dollar and the euro. And they can't have that because the way the United States controls the world is because the United States dollar is the reserve currency of the world. So that's why they can put sanctions on all these countries. And so what they're doing, which they shouldn't do, they're weaponizing the US dollar. And so like when countries want to trade with each other, they have to go take their currency, change it into US dollars so they could trade. And a lot of it was based on the petrodollar, which, by the way, Saudi Arabia just quit. They didn't renew it. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
So, and all of a sudden, CBS News is starting to do...
The world will break down. Listen, that's the sad part, because they really think that their world going to last forever. That's what these people think. Their world, think about it.
Another good news. Monday morning, as the Prime Minister has said, we are living through a time of profound change and uncertainty. The Across the country, Canadians have been stepping up to serve. They're moving to answer the call to build a country that's strong, free, and is sovereign. Today, I can announce that with my colleagues, the Canadian Armed Forces have reached the highest recruitment intake.
Rob and you pillage all the time. And it's 2026, you doing that now. Everybody watching you. Venezuela, Iran, you name it. It don't even matter. At this point, if you didn't learn, then I'm sorry. You in the dark. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, yeah.
Something in the last 8 weeks they did not know before, which is they can beat America, not just survive. So if we follow Ken's plan here, and okay, we keep the blockade even going here, what that's going to do is it's still going to open the door for Iran, not necessarily in a week, but in several months, to topple the governments of the UAE and Saudi Arabia over time. You can never really put a time clock on how you topple governments and so forth, but they have a lot more powerful ways because they're in the region. There are different groups inside of the UAE and Saudi Arabia that they don't like to talk about.